Today on the channel, we begin another Marvel Legends Build-A-Figure set wave with Marvel's Crossfire, Marvel's Egghead, and future Antman.
The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Marvel Legends unboxing and review. And from the Ant-Man movie wave, we've got Marvel's Egghead, we've got Crossfire, and we got future Ant-Man. But for all your Marvel Legends needs and a whole lot more, make sure you're hitting up Entertainment Earth. Use discount code Kyle, save yourself 10% on all in-stock items, and of course, anything over $59 does ship free, and that's exactly what I did. I picked these guys up over there at Entertainment Earth, saved 10% right off the bat. Got to get a deal, folks, and that's what I'm doing every day, or at least trying to. But today, we're going to do this like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. And I have still yet to see the new Ant-Man movie. I'm still really behind. I haven't seen Moon Knight yet. I haven't seen Miss Marvel. I don't know if I will. We'll see. And I haven't seen Wakanda Forever yet. So I'm way behind in my Marvel. But not my Marvel Legends, as this is another Build-A-Figure wave. We've had so many on the channel as of late. A lot of Marvel Legends stuff coming in the last month or so. And even more on the horizon, it sounds like. But we're going to start off with Crossfire. We're caught up in the Crossfire. If you were around in the 90s, you know all about the Crossfire game. It was sweeping the nation, really. I never did own it, though, at the end of the day. But we do got Marvel's Crossfire here. And Crossfire, I don't know a whole lot about. He's pretty much new to me. I believe he's like a Moon Knight and maybe a Hawkeye villain. And I think him and Moon Knight were in the CIA together back in the day. I don't know a ton about this character, like I said. I was always more of the mutant side of the fence, and I dabbled in some of the others, and he was deep in kind of the Avenger lore, I guess. So maybe I missed him along my reading days back in the day. But it looks good in the plastic-free packaging here. Of course, that is going away later this year. On the side there, you got the Build-A-Figure wave. Interesting to see a giant Build-A-Figure of a human, of Cassie Lang. Very interested to build that one and see how that is. See what all the fuss is about, if there is any. But I am intrigued on this one. I will say that much. But you do got the checklist right there. We'll be unboxing all these on the channel eventually. Stay tuned for that. Then there's old Crossfire looking good right there. Is he Swiss? Is he Swiss? He kind of looks like the Swiss Superman. Maybe it's Cesaro in another lifetime. If they put him in a movie, maybe Cesaro could be him. Who knows? We do get UPCs, all the jibber-jabber down there. No blurb of any kind. We do get a Build-A-Figure piece, and we do get some accessories. 4 and up, kids. 4 and up on the old Crossfire here. But let's get him out of the package. See what's going on here. See what's doing here. We got all kinds of stuff going on. But that is it right there. Up high, a little spin on it. See you later. Little cardboard. See you later. Little Spider-Man style. Bam. See you later. And a little parchment paper action. There's a one parchment paper. Bam. See you later. What do we got over here? Ooh, we got a little effect pieces with this one. I'm here for that. So they're going all out on some of these accessories here. Not too bad. Bam. See you later. What do we got in here? We got his weapon. See you later. Oh, we got a little Yelena Belova. She had one of these in brown, a little strap there. So I think the weapon might even be the same. We'll see on that. And then we get a little Cassie Lang foot. Bam! Some might say the old Bigfoot right here. But we will build this Build-A-Figure. And then, of course, at the very end, we'll talk about this. And we'll rank the entire wave from my least favorite to my favorite. But a big old foot right there. We're going to stick that off to the side. Let's break down a little Crossfire here. Like I said, we're caught up in the Crossfire once again. An interesting looking figure for sure. He does come with 2 trigger hands, and he comes with 2 fists of fury. He is not messing around. He's got the fists. He's ready to go. He's ready to throw down at a moment's notice if need be, so I like to see that. Then we do get the big old long rifle here. You do get the little support thing, so you can put it over his shoulder if you need to. Like I said, we saw this with Yelena Belova not too long ago. We saw it in brown. This time is all in white for the strap. And then we do get the big old gun here. I don't know if it's quite a sniper rifle, but it is a big rifle. Some might say you're caught up in the Crossfire. If he's in your sight there, he'll get you. But all in black here, not a whole lot to this. Kind of is what it is, I guess we'll say. But nice weapon there. And then we do get 2 effect pieces, which are really nice touches. We don't always get these, as we do know. But we do got a nice one here. We got the little shot off the end, and then you get the little smoking gun. No pun intended on the end there. So very cool accessories for old Crossfire. But now we get down to old Crossfire here. And like I said, he does got a Swiss kind of theme going on, even down to that little like plus sign cross there on his belt. Very Swiss-like. Same thing on the arms here. He also kind of reminds me of Lifeline from G.I. Joe. If maybe it's an updated G.I. Joe classified look to Lifeline. The only problem with Lifeline, if you guys know your G.I. Joe, was he was a pacifist. He wasn't touching a weapon, man. Get him off the battlefield. He's not going to help you out. Get Lifeline out of here. But I do like the looks of this Crossfire. The red and white really do pop. I could see some people having some scuffing on the white against the red or some bleed over, but mine looks fairly clean from what I'm looking at right here. So I do like that a whole lot. Love the head sculpt on this. Love kind of the helmet going on there. I think he only had one eye, and I think that's why he's got the old eye patch going on. Looking good. He's got a frowning face, and you'd frown too if you were missing your eye, and I think he's missing like an ear too, if I remember right. So Crossfire's seen better days as far as that goes. But definitely good. That is the only skin that we see on the whole figure is up on the face. The rest of his body is covered by a red suit, red boots, red gloves, all throughout. Then you got the white piping throughout on this as well. You do get a white belt here that is sculpted in. It's a separate sculpt, I should say, but it isn't moving. It's not removable, anything like that. He does got spots for backpack. Of course, that's getting the reuse out of these bodies, and this is a reused old body mold, of course. You do get the double jointed elbows, but unfortunately they are not pinless. They are pinned. You do get a little butterfly shoulder action, which isn't a bad deal. Arms do go all the way around. You do get a bicep cut. Hands removable, hands back and forth. Do got the trigger hands on him, so we like that with our sniper rifle, of course. I'll probably put one trigger hand on and one fisted hand is probably how I'll do him. Head back forth, side to side. Huge range of motion out of that head. Big pile driver back and forth as well. Plenty of articulation there. You do get a nice ab crunch. Love that ab crunch. Very smooth. Fits really good. He can do decent split there. You do get a thigh cut. Double jointed knees. Unfortunately, no pinless knees there. You do get a boot cut. Ankles back and forth, side to side. All is right with the world here for all of Crossfire. Not too shabby. I really do like this. Like I said, I am not super familiar with this character. I've heard of him. I know he feuds with Moon Knight, and we need a little bit more Moon Knight bad guys, I guess. And of course, Hawkeye as well, where we got new Hawkeye figures coming. We got him in his air cycle coming very soon to the channel, so stay tuned for that. But not a bad looking figure, and I'm all about some of these deep cut villains. We need more stuff like that. He does fit on a ringside collectible stand for those keeping track at home. Fits perfectly on there. Make sure you do get the Mattel stand if you do pick some up, as I always do say. But I love some of these villains, deeper cut villains. It's great to get the Dr. Dooms of the world, the Thanoses of the world, but sometimes like these, they really help build out your universe, and that's what we get here with Crossfire. So I'm here for this. It'll be interesting. I'm not sure if he's in the Ant-Man movie. Maybe he is. I think Egghead is. Like I said, I haven't seen the movie yet. I guess we'll wait and see what happens. But we're going to turn our attention to Marvel's Egghead, and he's a very heavy one because he does have the big torso in here. But I do believe he is in the Ant-Man movie. He's one of those super smart scientists. I don't think he has any powers besides being super smart, if that is a power. But definitely an interesting one. Looks like a young Dan Aykroyd from Coneheads is what he kind of looks like as well. But cool enough packaging for what it is there. Of course, on the side, you get the Build-A-Figure checklist we already saw. A little glamour shot on the action over there. And then on the back, you get all the jibber-jabber on the bottom, the UPC. You get the Build-A-Figure piece. And what do we get for accessories? Just one little pistol gun. That's all we're going to need with him, I guess. He's got to protect the laboratory, protect the lab, but he's up to no good as an evil scientist. Kind of writes itself, a very common type villain. See you later. Goodbye. There's a lot of super smart scientists and a lot of superheroes feud with, of course, as we do know. Cardboard, bam, see you later. Spider-Man style, see you later as well. And then we get this big torso piece here. Look at that. Big old torso. And then the gun is with the torso, so be careful when you're messing around here. You don't want to lose that gun, that's for sure. Bam, see you later, goodbye. And then there it is, Egghead. See you later, goodbye. And look at this, he's even got a little skirt on. He's a little wrapped inside here. Look at that. How about that? A little parchment paper inside. Bam, see you later. And we got Egghead. And wasn't there a Dr. Egghead somewhere? Was that Mega Man? I can't even remember. But definitely an interesting looking figure, and I do like this one once again. A character I'm not super familiar with, just like Crossfire, but I love the lab coat. I love the thicker body style for the suited coat here. Of course, Marvel Legends give us a lot of suited characters, but they're always kind of the same body, a little skinnier. This guy's a little bit bigger, has a little different look to him. I like the tie, I like the brown shoes against the blue pants, love the lab coat going on. This is one of those great ones for customizers. If you want to put somebody different in this one, you pop his head off and you put anybody else's head you want on there. Bam, his head pops off very easily. You got kind of a normal mid-range size body. You pop the head on and you're off to the races. I got a head sitting right here. So all of a sudden we could have Scientist Kyle. It could be me doing things in the science lab. Like I talked about in a review video not too long ago, when I stick the Wrigley Spearmint gum right into the electrical socket and I blow the socket off right in the middle of science class. We could reenact this with my action figure. We very well could do that, but very interesting. I like the idea of this, and I think this is going to be one of those ones, as it goes to clearance, he's going to be gobbled up pretty quick because people will want to use him for customizing. And you could use him in your G.I. Joe line, of course, your Marvel Legends line, obviously. You could put him with Power Rangers. There's a lot of things you could do with a figure like this. So I'm here for that. I forgot about the Build-A-Figure. Once again, we'll talk about that later on in a future video. So stay tuned. Make sure you do subscribe, as Crossfire takes a little bit of a header right there. There we go, got him back up. But a good all-around body on this one. Articulation, arms do go around. You got a bicep cut. Double jointed elbows. Unfortunately, we got the pins in there. Hands back and forth, side to side. Gripping hand, and then kind of a splayed out hand over here. He does got a hula hoop at the top. We do get a little waist articulation. We do get those big old egghead splits if he needs to be like Humpty Dumpty. Got to be careful, you don't want to fall. But Mr. Egghead could do that. He does got a thigh cut. Double jointed pinless knees here for that one. Love the brown shoes here, looking good as well. Ankle movement that we're used to as well on this one. Got the cool striped tie, and then we got the big old head on Egghead. Do got glasses in there. They're almost like two monocles sitting in his eyes. There's no band around his ear or anything, but you do got two of those. Big, creepy, grinning smile there, and then the big cone head is very interesting. Yes, it looks like an egg, but to me it looks just like the Conehead skit or movie from Saturday Night Live days. Reminds me of Dan Aykroyd. So I guess if you're looking for a modern-age Conehead figure, man, you might have came to the right place right here with Dr. Egghead. Then we do get his little pistol here, and boy, off the top of my head, is this a brand new pistol? I don't remember this one. It's all in kind of a smoky gray color, but a nice little pistol. And I always like it that these guys in the science lab, they wouldn't have a big gun like Crossfire would, but they'd have a little pistol or something like this just to protect themselves, you know, wary off people from their lab experiments, things like that. But a good looking figure once again. This Egghead is very strong, a very cool figure. I'm happy to have this in the collection. And looks like he's not going to fit on a ringside stand. Looks like he's got too small a hole. Yes, it's true. Poor Egghead, his hole is too small, unfortunately. But I do have a McFarlane stand. I wonder if he'll fit on that. Oh, what do you know? Isn't that ironic? He fits on a McFarlane Toys stand if you want to go that direction. A lot of us have some of those poking around if need be. There you go. So he does fit on that for you to keep a track at home. So there's old Dr. Egghead. Not a bad one. I'm here for it. Both these figures are pretty good figures as far as I'm concerned. It'll be interesting how they rank at the end of the unboxings of this entire wave. Now, once again, we're back to another character I have no knowledge of. Obviously, this is future Ant-Man, and I believe, somebody correct me if I'm wrong here, I believe future Ant-Man, he was the one that actually brought Dippin' Dots from the future into the present day. So you always see ice cream in the future, Dippin' Dots. I think we have Ant-Man to thank for that. Somebody fact check that, but I'm fairly certain that is correct there. We do got future Ant-Man right here. You got the Marvel logo down low, Marvel Legends at the top. Pretty much the paint by numbers, plastic-free packaging. Checklist on the side we're used to. And then we got him on the side holding his decapitated head, or maybe it's just his mask off there. I'm not exactly sure. Not sure what he looks like without his mask on either. I guess we'll never know because we didn't get two heads with this one. Looks like we just get some Build-A-Figure parts with this. No extra accessories. I don't know. I feel like we need a little something with something like this. I do imagine him being Ant-Man, he'll probably be a little smaller character. Guess we're going to find out momentarily. See you later. Goodbye. Ant-Man out. Cardboard. See you later. Goodbye. Off to the side. Spider-Man style. Bam. See you later. There's the old Ant-Man out of there. Bam. See you later. And the final piece of the puzzle, we got the Cassie Lang arm and extra hand. Always cool to get extra hands here. A little piece of paper. There we go. Bam. See you later. Goodbye. All right, let's get down to business. We get the Build-A-Figure piece. Looks to be the right arm, fisted hand, gripping hand. Like I said, we'll build her at the end once we get all these figures here at the table. Now we get all future Ant-Man, and once again, we got pinned joints again. No pinless joints in this one. What are we doing here? But this is a very interesting version of Ant-Man, and this literally looks like Ant-Man. A lot of times, I see what they're trying to do to make him Ant-Man, but this one feels like a real Ant-Man because of this head. He's got that big ant-like head, I guess we'll call it. And he's got the two antennae there and the kind of mouth going on. You got a little yellow on the side. Truly does feel like an ant's head, which really does make this really feel like more of an Ant-Man than any other Ant-Man figure we've had. Very cool there, of course, on a very thin Spider-Man-like body I always think of when I think of Ant-Man, and this one's no different. All in black with a little red, yellow, a couple lines, things like that, but not a lot of color to this one. Not a lot going on for this guy here. We do get 2 Fists of Fury, no gripping hands, no other hands, nothing else. So he's just an ant that's going to throw some fists. As far as articulation, you got the big shoulders there, the big old butterfly. I do like that. Great range of motion there. You do get the bicep cut. Double jointed elbows, not pinless. Hands back, forth, side to side. Hands are removable, but once again, no extra hands with him to do anything with. You do get the back and forth, side to side. Pretty good head movement on this guy. It does show on the side of the package him holding his head, but unfortunately without another head, you really can't do that. So very interesting there. You do get a nice tight ab crunch. You can even hear the ratchet. You hear that right there, looking good. He's got holes on his back for what? We'll never know. You do those big old Ant-Man splits if need be. You get a nice thigh cut there. Double jointed knees, look at that. And then you do get the side-to-side boot cut, even though it's all one. It looks a little funny there. Then you get the ankles back, forth, side to side. He's got holes in his feet. We'll see if he fits on a ringside collectible stand. But for not knowing this character as well, it's kind of the Kyle doesn't know set is what this is. This looks good, feels good. I just feel like it's a little bit lacking in some of the accessories, lacking in a few things. But he does at least fit on a ringside collectibles stand right there. Make sure you get the Mattel stand, as I always do say. We got 3 very good figures here. I don't mind any of these, actually. Egghead has a lot of uses for him. There's a lot of ways you can go, a lot of directions with this, especially for customizers. Crossfire is a very cool-looking villain. Like the looks of him. It looks like Cesaro is what I imagine him as, if you guys are familiar with wrestling. But a really good-looking figure here. And then Future Ant-Man, don't know anything about this version of Ant-Man, but he truly feels like an Ant-Man, so I'm here for that as well. So, an interesting start to this Ant-Man wave. We will unbox Ultron and Kang together, and then we'll unbox Ant-Man, the other Ant-Man from the movie, and the Wasp together in a set too. So we'll unbox all those, and then at the very end, we're going to put them all together. We'll do the Build-A-Figure. We'll rank the set from my least favorite to my favorite. So stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe to this very YouTube channel to check those out. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to let me know your thoughts on these 3 figures. Any great customizer plans for you? Let me know in the comments down below. Of course, like this video as I did say, but also don't forget about the Patreon for early access to videos like this, bonus content, exclusive content, giveaways, Q&As, a lot going on the Patreon channel at all times. And of course, it is your best way to support the channel and all of its content. You can also support the channel at ProWrestlingTees.com, search Kyle Peterson, and don't forget about social media, SirPaul64 on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson. So for Marvel Legends Ant-Man Wave, I am Kyle. See you guys all real soon.